Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
For people who don't know.
I've been waiting. I was like, I dialed your number and it wasn't working no more. I was like, okay.
I've had about 8 different numbers.
He'll call me. I said, he'll call me.
Yeah. For people who don't know, the real Rick Ross is not a rapper, just like your shirt says.
And you know who inspired that shirt?
I think I did.
You did. And you don't even know the whole story.
What's the story?
Well, after that day, you told me that I needed a shirt, right?
Yeah.
I was really homeless then.
Really?
You didn't know that part of the story.
Know.
Well, I didn't go around like, hey, man, I'm homeless. So I was technically homeless, staying in a vacant apartment, me and my old lady and my 2 kids. And when I told you that I was doing bad, you was like, man, you need a T-shirt. And and I left the show, I was a little hot. I was like, damn, that told me I need a T-shirt, and I'm but he know I handle money. He know I'm a thinker. Why he didn't help me? And so I'm walking down the street downtown, and this kid come up to me, and he was like, hey, Rick, I heard you on Joe Rogan the other day. And I was like, yeah? He was like, yeah, and I got a T-shirt idea for you. I said, oh, shit, another one of those. And I said, what's your idea? And he said, the real Rick Ross is not a rapper. And I said, corny is a But I kept an open mind, and I said, okay, let's do it. The kid did it. I go to him a couple weeks later, and he give me 100 T-shirts. I sell the whole 100 the same day.
Wow.
And then something popped in my head and said, why don't you call Joe? That's when your number was still the same. And I called you. You called me to the show, and you put my T-shirt on. And the T-shirt went crazy. My PayPal. Because, I ain't saw you since then, so I never got to tell you thanks for telling me to do a T-shirt. Even though I was mad at you.
Why were you mad at me?
Because I was like, why nobody helped me? I was looking for somebody to come and say, hey, man, here's 100,000. See what you can do with it. $1 million. See what you can do with it. That's what I was looking for when I got out of prison. I was like, somebody's gonna come and say, man, I know you can handle money. Let's do something. So I was looking for that. I was not looking for a T-shirt. But, in one of my favorite books said, might come through the back door. Don't look at the front door, look at the back door. So I did that. And when you put that T-shirt on, man, my PayPal went like this here. And I was like, my old lady, she was like, man, that PayPal is going crazy. I was like, that broke. I said, go check the bank account. And she went and checked the bank account, man. There's $18,000, $20,000 in there. And I was like, oh my goodness, we finna get an apartment.
Wow.
So my whole life changed from there. From there, I took that money. I did this.
Wrote a book?
I had already wrote the book.
Oh, okay.
I wrote the book in prison.
Oh.
When I had a life sentence. I wrote this book. This was kind of like my message to the world about what it takes to become a drug dealer, how you become a drug dealer. I wrote it for kids so they would know if they started to be a drug dealer, what they was going to run into.
Like a how-to manual.
Like a how-to manual. Because I said, nobody ever wrote a book about, well, I look at it like this, Joe. We always talk to kids about why not to sell drugs, why not give them all the information, and they make their own decision. Okay, you sell drugs, yeah, you might get a big house, you might get the cars, but at the end of that rainbow is some cufflinks and a prison sentence. So I felt that
you wanted to give them all the information.
I wanted to give them all the information. So I wrote this, and I brought you one as a gift.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Your story is incredible. And for people who don't know, just because, we did a couple podcasts